Hi friends, it's Mona with Rock City Tumblers, and so I wanted to try an experiment real quick. I saw someone using the Counterculture CC DIY UV resin to apply the base coat of their glitter onto their tumbler. Seemed like a great idea, save a lot of time instead of just doing the regular epoxy method, and you have to wait for that epoxy layer to cure. So I was wondering if we could use it for the tack it method. So my thoughts are, to test this out, I'm going to put a thin layer of UV resin on this pop socket and put it under to cure for like 30 seconds. So I don't want it to fully harden, just enough to get tacky. And then I'm going to use this ultra fine holographic glitter to see if we can achieve the holographic look instead of using tack it. Alright, so let's see. So I've got my clear UV resin. So we're just going to use just a tiniest little bit. I'm going to push it around. Zoom me in a little bit. Push it around with this silicone brush. Trying to kind of get that to level out a little bit. Okay, so this normally takes up to 2 minutes to cure, so I'm going to cure it for 30 seconds. See how tacky it gets. So that was 30 seconds. Alright. So I can kind of see my fingerprint there. So it means it's tacky. So let's see what happens if we put some holographic glitter on it. We might need to do it for longer than 30 seconds, but since this is an experiment, we'll know if that is long enough. Alright, fingers crossed. We're still zoomed in. Okay, good coverage. Alright, so now we're going to burnish. I can see the lines where the paintbrush was. I don't want that in my, that fallout in my, put this up. So you can definitely see the ripples that it had. And I can see where I didn't get the edges as well as I did for on others. Let's see here. Maybe I can clean it up a little bit. So it's kind of giving off the holographic. So if the base had been red, I think it would have been a better experiment. Let's see if we can get a light on. You can see that holographicness. So you can see the waves. So I need to work on brushing it smooth. So let's cure it a little bit more. And then we'll put a layer on top and see what happens. Maybe that layer on top will level itself out. So if this works, we can try it on something bigger, like a tumbler. And maybe it didn't need the full 30 seconds. Maybe we can try it on a little bit less. We just want it to get tacky like tack it. Okay. So let's put a layer on top. I guess I should have done one with like Mod Podge so we could see the difference. So I might need to let that like self-level for a little bit because it's kind of wobbly. I don't ever dome anything. It's on my list of things to do. Okay, so that's less ripply. Okay, so I can still see a little bit of the brush strokes, but it's definitely got like a holographic shift to it from the side. If we can capture that on video. Let's maybe put a little water slide on this and then do another layer. You can kind of see my brush strokes right there too. But yeah, I think it might work. I don't know how to get it on a tumbler without brush strokes, so that's plan 2. Okay, I am back. So I edited the video yesterday for this holographic glitter using semi-cured UV resin and the burnishing effect. So I wanted to see what it would look like with Mod Podge. So I didn't think about recording it, but so far they're looking drastically different. So I've decided, so this dried overnight, so I used this icing bottle with hard coat Mod Podge, and I put on a super thick layer of Mod Podge, and then I dumped 1 layer of the ultra fine glitter from Mr. Nola's, and I'll let that dry overnight. So now we want to put a layer of UV resin on to see. First I'm going to try to knock it off. See if we lose it. Okay, we didn't. That's good. Okay, so base was white. You can see the edges didn't get perfect. So now I want to put a layer of UV resin on to see how the shift looks, because I'm not burnishing this. I guess I could try to burnish it a little bit. It's not really doing anything. Okay, so let's see what it looks like so I can finish the video. And I got a new stand for my phone, but I just haven't figured out how I want to use it yet, because I like to do my videos wide screen, and so it's still not the perfect setup yet, so just bear with me. So if you remember, this is the holographic, and so I was able to burnish it. So let's see what the non-burnished on Mod Podge looks like. And I guess I could do tack it, but you know, tack it is so finicky. Do you add water? Do you not add water? Do you get streaks? I'm trying to kind of find a way not to have to use tack it. But if you put this on a tumbler and it's turning under the light, trying to find that sweet 30-second spot on the entire surface might be a no-go. So this might just be for flat things like badge rails or pop sockets. Alright, yeah, definitely. Let me put the light on. Alright. Okay, so this was Mod Podge. So when it's glitter, and then this was burnished under with just 30 seconds of cured UV resin. So can you see that reflection? So because we burnished it, it was able to lay down, and so you're able to get the sides of that glitter to reflect in a way that it's not with the Mod Podge. So you definitely get more holographic if you use the Tacky or the UV. I don't know, Tacky UV, we don't know what to call that method. So let me try it on something else. Okay, so I want to try this again on something that is rainbow, so we can see the rainbow, because that wasn't rainbow. So I have some Blue Spring Bling Shimmer Rose. So this one has a rainbow in it. I could see it on the side of the container. So this time I'm going to try not to get ripples in the UV resin. I'll be able to use some heat to flatten it out, because I was trying to use such a little amount of UV resin on the first one that I had ripples. Okay, so that definitely looks more level. Alright, so let's cure it for only 30 seconds. So I'm only gonna do 25 seconds. So we can experiment a little bit more. Okay, so it's tacky to where I can see my fingerprint if I touch it. So we're gonna put the holographic glitter on it really well. Put the lid on, because the burnished droppings don't play well with the rest. Alright, so now let's start burnishing. So you can see it's not laid down. I've already started to burnish a little bit. So I'm not pushing very hard. I just want that to lay down flat. Okay, so sorry if I was off camera. Alright, I can see in the camera that you see that rainbow. So you're definitely getting the burnished look right there. See that right there? So that's the rainbow, the holographic effect, because you burnished it. Alright, so I think that this Tacky UV resin might be a win for the tack it method. For maybe things that are flat. Because that's not tack it. I mean, that's not UV resin, that's Mod Podge. That was the same one coat of the same glitter with the Tacky UV resin. And you got holographic, and then this was holographic achieved the same method. So I think it's a win, especially for flat objects. So the challenge will be on a tumbler to not have streaks, and to be able to get it the right tacky amount on the whole surface. Maybe if you had a good round mirror UV box, so you know you're only getting 25 seconds to 30 seconds exposure on the entire tumbler, or if you were just focusing on certain shapes on the tumbler, that might help too. So anyway, let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.